Welcome back to Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. We've just completed the game itself and about to show off the nifty little bonus game that comes in every single copy of any Mario game, honestly. It's the Mario Brothers arcade.
Sounds fun.
Have you ever had one of those time killer type of things growing up, going through school and stuff like that? You know, you have people that like to just hang out in class and just chat it up with their friends when they're done with their homework or whatever. And, you know, me, I'm just sitting in the corner playing my game, specifically this game, if it wasn't Metroid Zero Mission.
You were allowed to play video games in class?
I mean, I did. You weren't allowed to, but I was very discreet about it, so, you know.
Damn.
Yeah, I had my Game Boy everywhere with me. I gave no fucks. But, like, this was a great time sink. Like, this is a great time sink. So, basically, what you see on the screen is all that you're doing throughout this little arcade thing. You're just bopping monsters from god damn, that is such a tongue twister. Bopping monsters from underneath so that you can kick them off and get coins out of it. Now, every so often, you'll bump into a bonus stage where you gotta collect all the coins and you'll get an extra 1-up from that. This is all you're doing. You will be bumping into different types of enemies, like crab people. No, not crab people, but crabs and bees. The same type of bees that we took care of in Mario Luigi Superstar Saga.
Well, that would make sense.
And I think that's all. I mean, I think that's all. We'll be dealing with like fireballs and ices as well. But anyway, with the crabs, you gotta hit underneath them twice. And for every last enemy, you'll know you'll be close to ending the stage when the enemy turns blue. The enemy can stand back up within a short amount of time and they'll be green. So like they'll move faster. Also, another way to score extra life is if you have a good amount of enemies lined up to kick back to back, and you'll score an extra life that way.
I like how this is a whole new game within this game.
Yeah, it's like this for every single Mario release, like Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Advance 2, 3, and 4, Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. Trying to think if there was any other Mario. The only Mario game that I can think of off the top of my head that didn't have this arcade was the Mario Kart Advance game and the Mario vs. Donkey Kong game.
Damn. I almost bought a Donkey Kong figure at a garage sale today. But then I was too embarrassed about the fact that the other thing I bought, I asked how much it was, and the guy didn't know, so he came back to see where I got it from. And the box I got it from, in big colorful letters, said 25 cents per each item in the box, and I went, well, I'm an idiot. Then I saw the Donkey Kong thing, and there was no price or anything around it that I could see. I'm like, I'm not going back. I made a fool of myself. This man who lives in my town that I'll probably never see again, and he'll probably never think of that scenario beyond it happening. But for me, I was like, oh god, I must run to my ostrich hole.
I can't really, damn it, I'm yawning, sorry about that, but,
how dare you be tired?
I don't really recall. I mean, I've had plenty of embarrassing moments, but I can't really name any of them off the top of my head perfectly. That's where, you know, that's where, you know, going to bed, sleeping, and then remembering those things as you're dreaming about it comes into play. But, anyway, so, like I mentioned, there's fireballs. You can't really do anything about them. I mean, you'll have to be pixel perfect to actually destroy the fireballs from underneath, but, the way that they swerve up and down as they move, it's kind of tricky. And the ices, if you happen to leave them alone, they will turn the platform frozen, and it will remain frozen throughout the rest of the phase. So, usually a good idea to take care of the ices whenever they pop out. And this is the only, I think, this may be the last background setting that we will see. Because, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of backgrounds for this game to begin with. I mean, granted, it's better than looking at a black abyssal background screen in the original arcade, but, instead of, and you know what? I think Koopas were also in the game as well. I think they were the placeholder for Spinies in the later renditions, but now this arcade was pretty damn famous for its time. Like, it was released everywhere, like even on a non-Nintendo consoles. Like, there was the original that released in the arcade, and it's re-released on the NES. But then there's also a copy you can get on the Atari, MS-DOS. This game was famous. You may have noticed the blocks that says POW on them. You can actually pick it up and throw it on the ground, but then you'd be wasting the entire POW block that way. So there was really, like, no reason why you should do that. So it's best to just smack it from the bottom, because at least that way, you'll have at least 3 hits on the POW block. And you gotta be careful if you're gonna do that, because if you use up all of your POW, like, it does not, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It does not reappear, like, at all. So, like, it'll be gone for the rest of the game that you'll be going through. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, the highest phase I ever got into this game, like, growing up, going through high school and stuff like that, I think the highest I ever got was, like, 25, level 26. Yeah, this game is also, you can also play 2 players on this game.
So you can be Mario and Luigi after all?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I think there's, like, I don't know if, like, you have to, because I know if you play 2 players on a single handheld, if the one player dies, then you have to pass it over to the next person, and, you know, you play 2 players that way. Otherwise, there was the link cable that you connect one Game Boy to the other, and you can play 2 players that way. Now, I think if you did that, I could be wrong on this, but if you did that, you also went against each other, and at that moment, you'd have to kill the most enemies, and whoever killed the most enemies or got the most amount of coins was the winner, basically, or is the winner at that point. Which is funny, because that minigame was also in Super Mario Bros. 3, if you, like, played 2 players, playing as Mario and Luigi. If you actually hovered over to the icon representing the brother and press the A button, then you'd be introduced to this arcade machine again, to where if you get a chance to knock one of the identical cards off of them just so you can grab a hold of it. It's the best way of signifying that you're a dick, but But I mean, there was also enemies that you could hit from underneath and kick and get coins. But yeah, it was nice to have that mini game in Super Mario Bros. 3 as well. See, before you had like Cookie Clicker or your merging games or your idle games, you had this. You had this as time killer.
I like merging games myself. I don't know why.
See, yeah, you can destroy the fireballs. Now you might be asking yourself, just how far do I get in this run through anyway? This video is about almost 30 minutes long, so you do the math.
Jeez. This is not what I was expecting when you mentioned the bonus video. I had no clue what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, I figure, well, this will most likely be the only time we'll show the Mario Brothers arcade. It's like, well, we'll just show it off. But yeah. Anyway, did you happen to have an arcade cabinet that you like playing, or did you ever even play an arcade cabinet?
There was a few down at the old mall. I don't remember what was there. I was more interested with playing with the typewriter. I don't know what that says about me. There was this restaurant in the old mall that we used to like to go to when I was a kid. And like they had this little cool setup, and right across the restaurant were the arcade games. A little bit further down were like the little horsey ride mechanical things. And I would like to play with the typewriter. I don't know why.
I mean, good for you. I don't think I've ever even touched a typewriter to this day.
Well, it's not like I was doing anything productive. I just liked the clicky sounds the keys made, I think. I think? Yeah, it was a long-ass time ago. But, when it came to, like, the arcade, like, classic, like, arcade game type things, I don't know. I guess I wasn't very good at them, and they ate money, so I'd rather...
That's the purpose?
Yeah, I know that's the purpose. But, you know, I could also go down to the dollar store and buy myself some toys and have more fun with those. There used to be a hell of a lot you could do with, like, coin, like quarters and loonies and toonies. So I didn't really waste it on the arcade things that often. As a kid. As an adult, I'll throw money into those things.
Yeah, there used to be a restaurant just not too far from where I'm currently living. They're busy remodeling it for something, so I'm hoping that when they do, there will be arcade cabinets in there. But before, when the restaurant was still open, there were a couple of arcade cabinets. One was a deer hunting game. It wasn't exactly Deer Hunter, but I think it was like Big Buck Hunting or whatever.
Nice.
And then there was a Centipede cabinet. I would remember wasting all my quarters into that deer hunting arcade machine. I don't know why, but maybe at that point I was in my deer hunting high. Like, my dad had a copy of Deer Hunter 5, and like, not only would you like hunt deer, but you can hunt bears and mountain lions, and it was a real crappy game, but you know.
I think I definitely played one of those once because I liked the fact that it had a gun, but I didn't want to shoot the animals.
It was funny because the first Deer Hunter game I obviously played was the first Deer Hunter game. I think it was either that or Deer Hunter 2. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But, It was weird because, like, not only could you hunt deer, imagine that, but I think it was, like, the first game to introduce, like, different animals you could shoot, like crows, foxes.
Oh my god.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I'm not joking on that last one either. You can literally kill Rudolph.
I weirdly feel less bad about that than foxes.
It was funny because during my hunting session on Deer Hunter, I heard weird barking noises. Like it seemed like screaming to me. I was like, "What the hell is that?" And all I can see is like a small fox running around circles. And it's like, "What the fuck is that?" And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot it. And so I shot it. And then I had no idea what the fuck it was because I think I was like maybe fucking 6 or 7 at the time when I was playing Deer Hunter. I don't know, but and it was also weird because you got a chance to print out your prize. So like in the trophy room, it would have the print option. You could print out your trophies. Yeah, you could definitely show that off to your classmates and just show them how much of a fucking loser you were.
So, on that note, when I was a teenager and I went to like a much better mall that had like a proper arcade in it, there was this driving game that I liked, which is shocking, but you could print out your, like, you could kind of choose like a little template thing and print out a little driver's license that like kept all your record information for that game.
Yeah.
I never went back to that place. I carried that little fake driver's license around in my wallet for years. I think I only took it out of my wallet when I eventually got a new one. And I was like an elder teen at that point.
Yeah, see, I would get chances if there is an arcade cabinet that I could bump into, whether it be at an anime convention or like hell, even other places that have arcade cabinets. I'll shove a couple of quarters in and play it. Like I think the most not in when I say arcade cabinets, I don't mean like those one-up arcade cabinets that you can buy and just build yourself or whatever. They were like legit arcade cabinets. I think the most common one that I bumped into was Metal Slug 3, I think. Because Metal Slug 3 was like the best game for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it was. It was either that or Mortal Kombat 3.
Mortal Kombat, I could see. I want to say that the one in the mall where I was a kid was like Street Fighter, but I could be wrong.
You know, I miss an integral part of my childhood growing up, going to arcade places, because I didn't really have one in my area. But, so, like, every time when I hear stories of people going into arcade places, they're like, oh, yeah, I used to play this arcade cabinet that had Marvel vs. Capcom and, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4. And it's like, oh, I'm so jealous. Nowadays, you can just buy those things and just set them up yourself, and, like, the emulation is weird, so it's like it's not 100% perfect. I'm very picky when it comes to my arcade cabinets, can't you tell? But
Clearly.
Like I remember there was an arcade cabinet that had actually my friend's father had his own pizza joint. And he had an arcade cabinet. It was the OG Donkey Kong arcade cabinet.
Ooh.
And I would play that for hours. So, like, now there is an arcade place in Alamosa. I forget what it's called, but
Are you
like
name dropping cities?
Yeah, I am name dropping cities, my bad. But who cares? But anyway,
I guess that's what I was asking. Do you care that you just did that?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, there is an arcade place not too far, and I'm trying to remember what it's called, but I can't remember for the life of me. But they have arcade cabinets in there. They even have a Dance Dance Revolution arcade machine there.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about the most experience I've had with an arcade machine. I almost have 300,000 points.
Damn.
Yeah, that's about how much time I've sank into this game. If it wasn't Metroid Zero Mission, it was this game. And if it wasn't this game, then it was Super Mario Bros. 3 that I was playing the most. But, yeah, not much else to really say about this arcade game. It's Mario Brothers.
There's crabs.
You can tell just how hectic it gets in the later levels. But, yeah, so I like to challenge myself to see how far I can get. But, not like I do that on a normal basis, but when I saw the opportunity, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll record this for a bonus video. And then I kind of lost track of time. I was like, how far did I get? But yeah, things get really hectic in the later levels. Another arcade-based game I used to play a lot of growing up was from the Sega Smash Pack 2, and it was a game called Flicky. And it was a game about this blue bird that you got to control. You have to collect the yellow birds while avoiding cats, and then bring the birds back to the birdhouse or door or whatever. I don't know. But it was a fun little arcade game that I also played a lot of growing up, was Flicky. Now, compared to this game, I didn't get very far in Flicky compared to this game. I think the farthest I ever got in Flicky was like level 24 or something.
How many levels were there?
I have no idea. Like, I know, like, if you, like, there was a game on the Sega Genesis that had lock-on technology, which was Sonic and Knuckles, right? And its main purpose was to actually put the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 game on it to make it Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But you could also put like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to play as Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But if you hooked Sonic the Hedgehog into the cartridge, you would play this Blue Sphere bonus game. And I don't know how this was found out, but it was easily, there was a total amount of levels of like over 100 million.
Damn.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, how many levels there were in Flicky, I have no idea. For all I care, it could go above level 99. I don't know. Just like this Mario arcade game, I don't know how many levels there are. It could be 99 and it'll just loop back to 1. I don't know. Level 40.
Damn.
It's like, okay, you can stop playing, but I must play. Now, you'll notice that I'll be screwing up often, and that's a sign of me being a little delirious because I didn't plan on playing this game for this long, but it was just one of those things. It's like I said, this is a great time sink. Like, you're bored, you have nothing to do, you can just play this game, you know? Although I do love the added voice clips on this version. If you get hurt, be like, ow! Or like if you hit the fireball. That happens to be my favorite sound clip, is when you get hit by a fireball. Oh my god! It's like a fireball almost hit me, a fucking icicle almost hit me, I was surrounded by 2 enemies. Fuck. But, what the hell was I saying before I lost track?
I don't even know anymore.
But, yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I had an extra continue too, but I think once I got a game over, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not using that continue. This is long enough footage to show off for the bonus video.
Alright.
I'm pretty happy with my 350,000 plus score.
Gods.
It was weird because I was that kind of person that was like, okay, I want to know my high score at the end of this run. Like, a lot of people don't care about that.
Well, a lot of people also do.
But not a whole lot of people would care enough to be like, okay, how much of a high score will I make when I beat the game in its entirety? Like, and I was that weird person because on my copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy Advance, that poor thing, I played that game so much that the backup battery thing does not save the game anymore.
Damn.
But yeah, I would run through that game so many times that my high score on the main screen would read 999999999.
Damn.
So many nines. But see, I don't even know why I stood there and took that frickin' icicle, but I did. Yeah, see, look at that. An extra continue. I was like, no, that's enough.
Maybe you just stood and took the icicle because you were done.
I got pretty far. Level 42.
Maybe you just wanted that number.
I guess so. But, yeah, that was a Mario arcade. You can literally play this game on any Mario Kart that you have on the Game Boy Advance. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Mainly the Mario Advances in Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, but it's a great time sink. You should play it if you haven't yet. But that's officially the end of Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. We will see you in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door,
where there is no mallet. Big sad.